press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome to your English lessons. Today we are going to do something apart from what is literature. We are going to start grammar, and in grammar we are going to cover few of the topics which is mentioned in your workbook, that is articulation. I want you to have this book, students, articulation. It's a green colored book with the title Articulations and your text reflections. So once we have got thorough with our prose and poems, we are moving into grammar. Little by little, slowly, we will do this kind of exercises for you, and then you can easily get acquainted to it as we go forward learning it. Now, there are certain things which will be covered in this year for you. That is, first we will be dealing with articles today, and then moving on to prepositions, subject-verb agreement, verbs, then comprehension. So all these things will be involved in your grammar, along with dialogue writing, letter writing, interpretation of schedules and advertisements, then language functions, which will involve how you have to make a request, how you will have to ask for permission, how you will have to convince your things, all these formal and informal ways of using language, which will also be learnt in the topic language functions. After which we will also be dealing with correction of sentences, word order. So as we go along with, I'll take you to a small and an interesting journey towards grammar. Don't keep this in mind that grammar is difficult. Grammar is very easy. Let us make it very easy for you, so that you don't have to struggle it out anywhere. Whatever basics I teach you only takes so much, and then you may refer to certain examples and then take it forward. So what you can see here is it's time for some English grammar. Try it, you just might like it. Very true, isn't it? You just have to try something. Only when you try, you may like it. Just try it once. That's what it says. Just try a little bit of English grammar. You may like it. So today, we are moving on to something that is dealing with your 3 articles that are there. Before that, this is just a picture to depict to you that all things are involved in grammar. Today, we are going into a smaller portion, and then we will move forward into what is considered to be a little slightly heavier than what we are studying today. So you may have heard this, now we're going to study articles today. You may have heard it for a very long time in your school days. Every year, every day you use these articles. Now to get your grammar or get your language right, this is a must. Articles, your tenses are a must. You must know them properly, and the use of prepositions as well. We will learn them. But here we have been studying. Now you may be thinking you know all of these. Yes, you are right. You know all of these articles. Today we're just going to brush it up. We're not going to go everything point by point or pin by pin in detail, but just brush up for you, so that you revise what you learned in your previous years or the coming years that are going to come. Alright, now I want you to have a look at these sentences. What's written first? A telegram was sent to Ahmed. An umbrella was lying there. The sun is just rising. The king of Afghanistan will be visiting us shortly. What did you observe over here? A, and, the. What are these? These are articles, isn't it? A, and the are called as articles. That's what's mentioned in these sentences. A telegram was sent to Ahmed. An umbrella was lying there. The sun is rising. The king of Afghanistan. Alright, now this is a structure of the sentences. Basic 3 articles. Moving on, a and an are called as the indefinite articles. Why? Why is it called as indefinite article? If I have to point it out and see here, it shows you something that is indefinite, something that is not very sure. You're not very sure of these things. It doesn't give you a definite answer. It doesn't give you a proper understanding of those things. So what is it saying? A and an are, that's why called indefinite, because you don't know the definite purpose of it. You don't know the proper cause of it. That's why they say it. Now if you see the example here, a doctor, if you can see a doctor, it can be any doctor, isn't it? If I say I went and met a doctor, you can assume any doctor. He may be a pediatrician, he may be a gynecologist, he may be an ENT specialist, anybody, isn't it? Everybody in that field together are doctors. So it is not giving you a definite purpose. It's not giving you a proper cause. Whereas if you see, the is considered to be a very definite article. Why? In the same example, you see, because it points out particular person, or that is to say, see the example here. He saw the doctor. That is one particular doctor. Now, if I'm walking on the street and if I have told you, I saw that doctor, I saw the doctor, I'm definitely telling you about that one particular doctor who is having a clinic on that street. So are you getting my point? A and an are indefinite, the is definite. Now I'm pretty sure you must be knowing this much because this is what you and I have been learning from our school years. Alright, moving on. Now where do we use this definite article? We use it before singular countable nouns, that is the book, the chair, bring the book from my table, keep the chair there. Alright, then plural nouns, the books. Okay, the books is a plural noun. And uncountable nouns, the milk, can you count? The sugar, can you count how much? You can measure it, you cannot count properly. Can you count one tiny little grains of sugar? No. Uncountable nouns, there are uncountable nouns, alright? That is definite article. It's used where? Before singular countable nouns, plural nouns and uncountable nouns. Alright, now we'll go into the indefinite article. Now these are used where? Before the beginning with a consonantal sound. Can you see the examples here? A boy, a woman, a whole, a human being, a historical novel, a yard, a yellow paper, a young man, a year. Okay, so these are ways where you use a. All right, if you have a look at all these examples that I have laid down for you. Moving on, it can be used in certain other places as well. Now look at this here in the beginning. Words beginning with certain vowel sounds which have consonantal vowels which have consonantal sound which begin with U. Okay. Now, where do you use a again? When certain vowels that are there, they are having a consonantal sound. Now, if I have to tell this to you over here, see this here. What's written over here, this is ya and oo. Okay, it becomes you. Alright, certain vowels but consonantal sound. Ya. See the example there. A university, a useful thing, a unit. The sound of ya comes there, not you. You're not taking this u as a vowel, isn't it? A, E, I, O, U are vowels. The rest of them are consonants. But even though U is a vowel over here, the sound is of ya. Alright? So this is what is ya. Ya plus U. Okay? It becomes U. That is why university. Ya. The sound of university. A useful thing. A unit. A European. a uniform, a union, all right? That is, yeah. Then, something that also begins with were, like we say, a one-eyed man. This is also, see here, look at the example over here. The O is a vowel. O is a vowel. Yet, the sound of pronouncing or starting that word there is of were. And like we say, water, that kind of a sound, okay? A 1 rupee coin, a one-eyed man, one. Can you see that sound there? One, okay? Not taking the O there or not taking the U there. So these are two things you have to keep in mind where you can use a. Where is that? When vowels have consonantal sounds of y, u, all right? And then in places where it begins with a consonantal sound of w. All right. Moving on, we're going to see the indefinite article again, that is an. Where is an used? An is used simple, we know it, before the beginning of a vowel sound. A, E, I, O, U. Vowels. That is one basic statement that we know, isn't it? Before the beginning of a vowel sound. Look at this example here. An armchair, an army, an Alsatian, an American, an enemy, an idiot, an eye, an umbrella, an ear, an ulcer, an eel, and etc. Alright? So this is where you use the indefinite article an and indefinite article a. Alright, now is an exception here. Another point you must keep in mind where you use an. This is beginning when the word beginning with H is silent. H is a consonant, not a vowel, isn't it? And our, you're not saying hour, no. You're not saying honest, no. You're saying honest. You're saying our. Honorable man. The sound of O comes, not ho. Okay? So H is termed to be silent here. That is why you take the sound of O and that forms into the vowels. Alright? So see the example here. An hour, an honest man, an honorable man, and hair. Okay? Alright. These are three important aspects that you must keep. Two in a and one in an. Alright? We'll move on. Now see these examples. I bought a dozen of oranges. I bought a dozen of oranges. A dozen, consonant. He has an ulcer in his stomach. Ulcer. U is a vowel there. We shall be leaving in a day or two. In a day or two. D. Okay, D. A bird in the hand is worth two in a bush. B. Okay. A bird in the hand is worth two in a bush. This is a proverb. Because of the consonant sound. Do you get this? We'll see some more examples which are there in your workbook. I've put down for you here. The rest of them I want you to do. Okay? Moving on. We'll see where you use the definite article, that is the. Now, when we are speaking of something that is the only one thing, every day, it's a normal one and it's something that is obviously going to happen. The sun, one. The moon, the Taj Mahal, the earth, all one single entity, isn't it? The sun rises. It rises every day. It's something that's normal and a routine thing that is happening, isn't it? The earth revolves. Alright? This is something that's happening. The moon shows itself in the night. The moon comes, isn't it? So the different phases of the moon, you forget that. But the moon is always there. So something that is normal, something that is only one entity, something that's very obvious. You use the definite article. Then, when we are speaking of a particular person or thing, the boy who stood first was given the prize. Now, there is only one boy who got that prize, that particular boy. Okay, whereas when you use a proper noun, you don't say, if you, for example, the name is Rakesh, you don't say the Rakesh. No definite article before proper nouns. Alright, call the man waiting outside. Call the man waiting outside. So you're specifically telling who that man is. Call the man sitting outside. Love is the main theme of the play. Love is one single entity. Though you cannot measure now love, yet what was the major theme of the play was love. So love is the main theme of the play. So these are where you use of a particular person or thing likewise. That is definite article. Then when we have two ways of using the and the. Okay, so it is pronounced differently before nouns that begin with vowels and with sounds. Okay, so it's the ball and the elephant. The before consonants, the before vowels. This you must always keep in mind anytime you read your text or you're making speeches anywhere. The ball, the elephant. The before consonants, the before vowels. Alright, now I'll tell you how it is. See, this is a chart of the phonetic symbols that are there. Now here you see this is the symbol of the. Okay, the plus over here, the. And the plus e over here, the. So the plus is the plus e is the. Alright. Now this we will learn some other time, but these are if you have seen the dictionary, if you are getting confused of what these are, if you have seen the dictionary, okay, have you seen how to pronounce the word? So this is what helps you to pronounce the word. These are phonetic symbols, alright. So I tell it to you again. Here the plus her here America becomes the, and the plus e over here, okay, this here is e, this is e, alright, the plus e is the. So basically remember this much, don't get confused with this. Before the consonant it is the, before the vowel it is the. Okay, moving on. See the examples that are laid down for you, alright. Now, the Taj Mahal looks splendid at night. Only one, so you use the. He is the owner of the yellow car. One particular owner. So he is the owner of the yellow car. Adele is the topper of the class. One person named Adele. Is she or he is the topper of the class. Let's go to the park near the junction. There is one park near the junction. So you're saying of something that is very definite, something that is very obvious. That is, let's go to the park near the junction. The girl cried bitterly. So the girl that's sitting there, she cried bitterly. The rose is the sweetest of all flowers. So one particular flower, that is the rose, is the sweetest among all the other flowers that are there. The cat loves comfort. The cat there loves comfort. The horse is a noble animal. Horse is a noble animal. Okay, those are little examples of definite article. Now, there are again certain rules where you shouldn't be using articles. Very simple as that. What I want you to do, students, is keep the examples in mind. When you keep the examples in mind, it's easy for you to understand things. Alright. Now, the first rule where you should not use articles is before proper nouns. Now, if I have to say, my name is Michelle D'Souza, I don't say the Michelle D'Souza. No. So, you're not giving any the before the definite article before the proper noun. So, see these examples here. Tagore was truly a great poet. The name of a person, isn't it? So you are not giving name, place, animal and thing. So Delhi is the capital of India. You don't say the Delhi, no. Everest is the highest peak. You're not saying the Everest, no. Alright? So that is proper nouns. You're not using any definite article before the proper nouns. Next is abstract nouns. What is the meaning of abstract? Very big, at a large scale. Something that you understand very slightly, something that you understand at an abstract purpose. Alright? Now see, abstract is an idea or a quality or some concepts or some certain traits of that person. Now see an example over here. Wisdom is better than riches. Can you measure wisdom? Can you measure the amount of wisdom a person has, amount of knowledge the person has? If the person starts to speak or if the person starts to share something, yes, you may say the person is knowledgeable. But can you measure his knowledge? No. So wisdom is better than riches, a quality that is there. Common sense is a great virtue. Can you measure common sense? You can't. You can't be measuring common sense, isn't it? That's also, common sense is a great virtue. All of them don't possess it, isn't it? Common sense is a great virtue. Now it's a quality that is there. It's a trait that is there. Patience and perseverance can conquer all obstacles. Patience that you have, perseverance, your determination, your kindness or your loving nature can take you a long way. Here, patience and perseverance can conquer all obstacles. So there is an idea. There is a quality of a person. There is a certain concept that is there and before certain traits. Now if you say the person is an extrovert person, we don't use the extrovert. No. He is the extrovert person. No. He is an extrovert person. He is a loving man. Okay. These qualities that are there. See, certain things, I said he is a loving man. Yes, article is used before the consonant there. But if you are considering one particular person, yes, you use the article. But this is at a large. You are not specifying to any person as such or any entity as such. So it is abstract. You are only talking about it in general terms, and when you talk about it in general terms, you don't use it. Next, before material nouns. Materials is any material, whatever is mixed together and composed of. Now see, iron and steel are controlled commodities. Iron and steel. You don't say the iron and steel, a iron and steel, an iron and steel. No. Iron and steel on its own stands alone. The pillar is made of concrete. A concrete, the concrete, no concrete. Okay, not like that. Pillar is made of concrete. It is alone. It does its function. There are vessels made of silver and gold in the temple. Silver and gold. Okay, it's a material noun. The painting was carved on marble. Again, material noun. So before material nouns, you're not supposed to use. Then, before a common noun. Common noun is very general. You are not specifying it to any person, any place, anything or any idea for that matter. Man is mortal. Man can be referring to any person. Generally, universal statement. Isn't it? Man is mortal is a universal statement. You are not referring to one single person. You are not referring to one person at once. But generally, everywhere, everybody, universally, it is said man is mortal. Science tries to discover the laws of nature. Science can be categorized, isn't it? Science is a larger concept. Now, why do we have different fields in science? Why do we give physics, chemistry, mathematics and biotechnology, biochemistry, food science and technology? All come under science. So, science is a larger concept, isn't it? Humanities is a larger concept. It's a common noun. Then, Before verbal phrases, see the examples here. Don't take offense so easily. Verbs that are formed together into phrases. He left school at an early age. Okay, he left school at a very early age. Left school. The ship set sail for Australia. Set sail, it's a phrase. Her clothes caught fire. Caught fire is a phrase. See, we are not saying don't the take offense. Don't take offense. Don't and take offense is not mentioned. It doesn't even make sense. So if you know these rules, you can speak well, write well, read better also. Alright, so verbal phrases. Then, when you're using certain prepositional phrases. Prepositions we will study in the coming class, but I want you to understand. By, at, beside, over, under, all are prepositions. Okay? Some pre-existing thing before certain position. That in detail I'll explain to you in the next class. Prepositional phrases. Look at the examples over here. We can travel by road, by rail. By is a preposition. You are doing some action after that. You're going somewhere on road. So, we are traveling by road, by rail, by air, etc. You're not saying like this. We can travel by the air or the by road. No. A by road, and by road. No. By and road, by the road, by a road. No. Alright. So, before prepositional phrases, you don't use the articles. Next, we shall start at daybreak, at noon, at evening, whenever. We had company at breakfast, at lunch, at tea. Okay, at, by, beside, all these things I told you are different prepositions that are there. So, before prepositional phrases, you don't use, see, understand, before prepositional phrases, you don't use articles. Then, if you're referring to any titles before or to a common or a proper noun that is there. Solomon, the son of David, was the wisest of monarchs. Solomon is a proper noun there. So you are not using an article there. Alright. Elizabeth II was crowned Queen of England after the death of her father. She's the longest ruling monarch, isn't it? Elizabeth II was crowned the Queen of England after the death of her father. She's given a title there, Queen. She's given a position there. So you don't use the. My brother is working for Government of India, not the Government of India. Government of India. Alright. Now, let me go back and just brush up again for you where you shouldn't be using. Proper nouns, abstract nouns, material nouns, common noun, verbal phrases, prepositional phrases and titles. 7 points where you shouldn't be using. Alright. Now, these are certain workbook exercises that are there for you. Alright. Now, that is there in the workbook for you. Anyway, I have worked it out for you. This one, the rest you will have to work it out. If you have your workbook, please open and write it along with me as I say it for you. He is the youngest son in the family. He is the youngest son in the family. Okay. Anu is looking for a job. A consonant in both places. Could you close the door, please? Could you close the door, please? One single thing there. Definite thing. Definitely you're saying that door, particular door, isn't it? So definite. Anil is an optician. A vowel there. Or optician. Dr. Shankar is a dentist. Consonant. My friend is an MLA. YM MLA. Okay. The sound of and m crossing together becomes Emily. Raju is in the class. Raju is in the class. Okay. Have you visited the Andaman Islands? Have you visited the Andaman Islands? Can you see? Raju is in the class, a consonant. Have you visited the Andaman Island? Why the vowel? Please bring a kilogram of apples, consonant there. Mara did not have any teeth on the right side of his mouth. Okay, Mara didn't have any teeth on the right side of his mouth. One particular thing you are saying properly, that Mara didn't have it. So have you understood? A and an are indefinite. The is definite. A and an can be referred to anybody. You don't know the definite purpose of it, the particular purpose of it. Whereas the, you are referring to the particular thing. I want you to remember the first example that I gave you in the first slide. A doctor, the doctor. A doctor can be anybody. Indefinite. The doctor is a definite being, is a definite entity. The rest of the exercises in your workbook, please work it out. For your exam point of view, you get prepositions and articles, sometimes mixed together, sometimes separate. Okay, this is in your grammar section. When you speak every day, I want you to concentrate, at least for 1 week, concentrate on the words that you use in English. I'm specifically talking about English. Concentrate on the words that you maybe talk to your friends, or maybe your teachers are in contact. Anyway, whoever you're talking to in English, observe yourself. Concentrate on the words. Concentrate on the articles that you're using. You are bound to use them, and you will use them somewhere or the other in the statements that you utter. So when you have introspected yourself, when you have known certain articles that you use, sometimes maybe in wrong usage. So when you have figured it out, it's a wrong usage, try to correct yourself there. Because this basic understanding of articles in grammar is going to take you a long way in the future. I told you, right? Articles, your tenses, and parts of speech. These are very, very important. Very important in grammar, very important for you to understand. Once you've practiced, then the fluency will automatically come along with it. But practice is what is important. So until I meet you in the next class, I want you to finish off all the exercises on articles in your workbook and get ready for the next portion, that is prepositions, that we are going to deal with. Thank you very much, students, for listening.